I can't believe you sold Raul Jimenez. What are you thinking? What are you doing? I don't know what you're complaining about. I got you a really good news story, so ultimately I kind of gave you what you wanted, didn't I? Oh, it's so hard to get you this gig. What are you playing at? Yeah, but sometimes it'd be nice for my judgement not to be questioned. I don't know, mate. I think it's a big risk. A big risk. I'm going to make you eat all your words because I've got Fabio Silva. And that is all I need, mate. That's all I need. Well, he is pretty awesome. You remember the Arsenal save? Yeah. Good times. I wasn't there then. Was I? Don't think so. Have you noticed how we're communicating just like this without any form of actual technology? No, I don't know why we're not on the phone either. Kind of makes it lose the realism. Yes, hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of my FM22 Beta save with Wolves. First off, a massive thank you for all the support on yesterday's episode. There's been loads of views, loads of likes, and it's got off to the kind of start I was hoping it would be with FM22 this year. And that's not just the only good start we've had. We are currently sat in 8th, and as you can tell, we've got 10 points from 6 games. This is how. It wasn't all smiles, to be fair, after the last time that we met, which was on the first tier of the season. Trust Arsenal knows help you get off to a good start in your career. They basically gave us a 1-0 win at the Emirates, which was really well founded. Then we went and lost to Burnley 4-1 at Turf Moor. That made me a bit angry. Then we lost to Liverpool when we were ahead for 1-0 for around about 70 minutes of the game. Then obviously they came back, fought back with Sadio Mane and Mo Salah both getting goals and won 2-1. Since then though, 2 wins and a draw against Newcastle, which is a very good result. 2-0 with Everton, 1-3-0 against Burnley away, and maybe got rid of a few of the demons that I have from obviously that game at Turf Moor in the Cup. Things have been very good. We're beginning to score goals, we're keeping clean sheets, and today I'm hoping to keep that going against Brighton and West Ham. There have been signings, and they've made a massive difference. 3 in total to be exact, and we'll start off with Filip Benkovic, who's a player I picked up for a small £1.7 million. He's still 24 years old, capped at international level, although that only being once. Has a lot of resale value, is good in the air. Good replacement, I think, for Willy Bolly potentially, because Bolly is obviously a very kind of aerial presence. I feel that the same can be said of Benkovic. He's got decent mentals, good technicals, to be fair to me. He's a very good technical defender, but physically maybe lacking a little bit in terms of his height. Does make him slightly slower than Bolly. He's not quite as athletic. But to kind of fill in for Bolly when he might be tired or injured, I think he's a very decent signing. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about this year. Then alongside them, you know what I'm like. I see him, I can't help myself. It's Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Now his wages are very high, okay, but when you consider the fact that I bought him for £3.3 million, it doesn't seem like a bad deal. 3.3 million. It's brilliant for Ruben Loftus-Cheek. It's an absolute steal for him. He's played pretty well in most of the games that he's come on. He's not started a game yet because Mateus Nunes has been in great form, and I'll get onto that in a second. But he has been very solid for me so far. Obviously, technically, he can always use a little bit of improvement, but as a ball-carrying player and a guy that basically helps me move the ball further up the pitch and causes issues with his physicality in the middle, he's a good buy. A really good buy for 3.3 million, I'm telling you. And of course, the big one was who to replace Raul Jimenez with. I went with Darwin Núñez. Now, Darwin Núñez is insane, okay? Obviously, he's known as a bit of a wonder kid. He's very good. He's better than very good. He is borderline world class, or could definitely be in a few years' time. Technically, he's not brilliant, but mentally, physically, he is incredible. And his form so far, 2 goals, 2 assists in 5 appearances, and a goal in the Carabao Cup as well from the 1 appearance he made in that. He has been absolutely breathtaking. He's basically like a quicker version of Luis Suarez. How much did I buy him for? 20 million up front, 30 million pounds overall. I've gained money from the Jimenez transfer and arguably signed a better centre forward. It's just, oh, honestly, I'm so happy. I can't tell you how pleased I am. Seriously, he's so good. And this is the formation that I have been using. It's the old 5-2-1-2. If you remember watching Getting Hammered back in FM19, and if you are, thank you. You've lasted with me for 3 years. Then the formation that we used then has come back. It's good because it's the perfect mix of retaining some of what Wolves had before with the 3 at the back formation from Nuno, but with a little kind of a micro Munch twist. And the fact that I love playing with 2 players up front, I feel that it guarantees a lot more goals. I have to say, Fabio Silva and Nunes, since partnering up front, have been brilliant. You add in Mateus Nunes into that equation as well with how well he's been playing the last few weeks, and suddenly you've got a very, very solid outfit. So today we will be taking on Brighton at home and West Ham away, and I'm hoping that if we can rack up another couple of wins here, we'll have made a very, very solid start to the season in our quest for a top half finish. So in goal is Jose Sarr, and you've got Dendoncker, Bolly and Cody, who are making up a very decent back 3. Aït-Nouri's out on the left, he's been underperforming slightly, I think it's safe to say, but Semedo on the right hand side, since he's come back from injury, he's done very, very well. Neves as the deep line playmaker is still in there, with Moutinho as the advanced playmaker in the middle. Then you've got Nunes in support of Darwin Nunes and Fabio Silva. Too many Nuneses going on. So the boys, pick it from where you did last summer. We got our 3-0 win over Burnley. Do that again and we'll be an absolute business. Fabio Silva and me, we're like that. We're just like that. Brighton are actually struggling in the game, not like real life. They're down near the bottom 3 or so. They've made a pretty poor start to the season, but they should be fine. They usually are. But Moutinho's given the ball away there. McAllister is on it to Moda, who's one of the better players you can get in the game this year. Good tackle there by Nunes, who wins the ball back. Fabio Silva into Mateus Nunes. Nunes drives forward and hits a dipping shot that goes just wide. Good effort. Aït-Nouri on the ball, then throws it into Mateus Nunes, who plays it to Moutinho. Go on, ping it. Ruben Neves, that is some awful goalkeeping there from Sanchez, as Ruben Neves fires it in at that back post. 1-0 to Wolves, 18 minutes in. We're playing very, very well at the moment. Low play there by Nunes into Moutinho. Looked like a pretty poor touch, but he obviously meant it, and it's a great bit of play there. Sanchez is maybe a bit blocked out by Nunes, who got in the way, but he wasn't offside, so it all counts. Semedo knocks the ball back to Connor Cody. Cody driving forward with it here. A little bit, be careful, Connor. Semedo on the ball now. Look at the pace. Great ball in over the top to Fabio Silva. Fabio, bang, 2-0. It's Portuguese to Portuguese, which you could pretty much say about the majority of the squad. But it's a great play, a bit there by Semedo. Flicks over the top. Fabio Silva is in. He scores yet another goal. He works for me. He used to be my Fabio. He's offside. That's a really poor call, I think. I think he's off. 2-0. Very, very comfortable. Brighton have finally had their first shot 40 minutes in. We have been absolutely breathtaking in this half so far. I'm just going to say I'm very happy with the way things are going. Keep it up, boys. There's no need to change. No need to really move the team around. It's been very solid. Very impressive as Moutinho whips the ball in. Fabio Silva scores again. It's his 3rd goal of the season. We were worried about what I was going to do without Raul Jimenez. Who needs him? Who needs Raul? Brilliant finish there by Fabio. I absolutely love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. I'm going to take Aït-Nouri off. Marcel's going to come on. And I'm also going to take off Mateus Nunes. And on comes Ruben Loftus-Cheek. It'd be really nice to keep a clean sheet. That'll be our 4th clean sheet in a row if we are to keep it. I'm just feeling very, very confident with this team right now. Good ball down the line there as Semedo gets there. Teaser to Fabio Silva on his hat-trick. You used to be my Fabio. Yeah, he scores goals. Fabio. Yeah, he scores goals. Fabio. My neck's disappearing. Lovely bit of play there by Nelson Semedo. Fires it in. Fabio takes one touch. Bang, out his feet. Back of the net. It's a hat-trick for young Fabio Silva. Some things never get old. Love it! As I've said, their goalie hasn't had a brilliant game. Sanchez has been beaten a little bit too easily on occasions, but ultimately I don't care because it's a big win. It's a big, big, big win for us. Another 3-0. Our first hat-trick of FM22. Our first hat-trick of the series. Of course, there's always going to be Fabio. As United Liverpool stretch their lead at the top of the table, I don't care about that. All I care about is the fact that Wolves are currently sat in 3rd place. Annoyingly, I've got a 2-week break, which I really didn't need because we're in such a hot vein of form. And then what we'll do is I'll come back for that. when we play West Ham. See you there in a minute. Oh, yes. So, we are back, and it is now time to take on West Ham at the London Stadium. Obviously, they had a brilliant season last year, but they are only in 12th. They've made a slightly slower start to the campaign, although they are actually only 4 points behind us. At this point of the season, it doesn't really mean a lot, does it? Let's be honest. And why would I change after what was a very dominant performance against Brighton? It doesn't feel like there is really a need to change much. The only change I might make is I'm going to drop Trincao and bring on Adama Traore onto the bench. That is it. So if you carry on from your last performance, we'll do well today, and I do like the kind of slight changes they've made to the team talks now. They seem to be a little bit more, what's the word, individual to the game and the format you've been in. It's good. Oh, they've got Marty up front, who's a very solid striker. He scores a lot of goals. So this is going to be a difficult game. Don't get me wrong, West Ham will be tough, but we've got 4 clean sheets in a row. 3 wins out of 4. I'm feeling quietly quite confident about today. Ariola hits it long. Decent header. Don't you dare. Benrahma on the ball back to Aaron Cresswell. Cresswell into Benrahma. He's a very dangerous customer, is Benrahma. Cresswell, I can see that this is going to be a goal for West Ham. I can feel it. Cresswell, great tackle by Neves. They dink it in. Jared Bowen heads it over the bar. Never really much danger there. A very poor half from both teams, I think it's safe to say. I'm going to say I've not been impressed by what I've seen out there today, which I think is a very honest assessment, really. What I am going to do is I'm going to take off João Moutinho, who's definitely not been at his best. Matheus Nunes is going to drop in there, and Ruben Loftus-Cheek is going to come on for Moutinho. Maybe if I can get someone a little bit more physical, a little bit more willing to do the pressing in the midfield in the form of Nunes and Loftus-Cheek, that might help a little bit. Well, the first game was obviously a bit more exhilarating and exciting. This one's been a bit of a damp squib, it's safe to say. Roger plays it into Lanzini. Lanzini on the ball. Drifts out to the right hand side. Whips it in. Near post. There's Nikola Vlasic. We finally conceded. Okay. I don't want to say it's against the run of play, because I think ultimately West Ham probably just about shaded it. But in terms of highlights, there's not really been anything between the two of us. Neither of the team has really kind of put in a good haul today. As Nunes, that's a bit of a bad foul there by Diop, and I'm hoping that he gets in a bit of trouble for this. He should get a yellow at least. So I brought on Adama. I've said to them, let's try and focus it down that right hand side, give him the ball as much as possible, and see how he gets on. Yeah, I mean, ultimately I think what we've done today is that we've come up just a little bit short, although there's still time for a highlight with 3 minutes of added on time to go. West Ham are playing it around at the back. Win that header. Here we go. Come on then. Come on, Connor. A moment of quality, boys, will get us a 1-1. I'll be delighted with that. Cody into Adama Traore. Just roasts him, mate. Adama whips it in front post. Fabio Silva scores again. He used to be my Fabio. Yeah, he scores goals. Fabio. I love it. If anyone saw this, they would literally think I've gone insane. And I am insane for Fabio Silva. My tactic worked. Give it to Adama. Fires the ball across. Great play by Fabio Silva. It's a classic forward run across the near post. Gets the flick on. 1-1. We remain unbeaten. Get in. A better second half. We come back from a deficit. 1-1. Pretty pleased overall. Well done, boys. I'm glad that we didn't lose the game. Would have been a little bit harsh, I think, because it was a very even game of football. So it would have been a little bit naughty, a little bit harsh had we lost that. Ultimately, though, most important thing is that we won. Sorry, drew. Christ. But then that makes it 5 games unbeaten in the league, with 3 of those being wins and 2 difficult games away at Goodison Park and against London Stadium, the only time we haven't picked up maximum points. I am pretty content with that. This is a very good start to the season. We are currently now sat in 5th with 14 points from 8 games. A very, very solid start indeed, considering we've also played 3 of the big 6, if you like. We'll come back at the start of December, so we'll come back for the away game at Ellen Road against Leeds and the home game at Crystal Palace, and I've got an eye, obviously, on the Man City and United games, basically over Christmas time, which I think will be very, very exciting to check out those games and see how we do. Ultimately, it's been a really, really good start to the season. I'm absolutely delighted with the way that we're playing. Fabio Silva has been brilliant. So has Darwin Núñez. Most of my signings have worked out really well. The team's playing really well. We're hard to beat. It's exactly the start I wanted to FM22. My confidence is growing yet again. Fantastic. Thank you so much for watching today's episode. I hope that you have enjoyed it. Of course, if you have, please drop a like on the video, share, subscribe, because there will be more FM22 content coming your way. Don't forget to join in to the streams on Twitch and obviously my YouTube one where we're doing it with Rangers, the Twitch one's with Newcastle. I hope you enjoyed both of those. I hope to see you there. Take care of yourselves, everyone. Please like, share, and subscribe. So I'll see you again. Stay cool. It used to be my Fabio.